Hey folks, welcome back to Kinlaig, and this is another one of the videos that I recorded while I was away. So I've had to go through and make notes again, and we are rolling in the barley that we planted last time, because if we don't roll it in, we get to the annoying field state that bugs me. I do not care about the yield bonus, I just care about the thing that annoys me. I know, yeah. There is actually a mod now that removes it, I think, so I might actually have a look at installing that, because the bonus you get is so insignificant that that's not why I'm doing it. The other mod that I'm going to install on here is Achimobile's one, which improves the gearboxes, because having used that on Maypole, I think it's really going to help this tractor out, because a lot of the time I am running manual gear shifting on here. And partly because I'm quite often running kit, which is a little bit overstressing for this tractor, but I think it'll help a lot. So yeah, looking forward to trying that. I haven't actually played on here in a while because I've got a lot of stuff backed up, so I felt like it was a good idea to get through that before we actually progress. The majority of today's content is going to be me doing contracts. I spent a lot of time doing contracts. I actually spent, as you see here, a lot of time faffing about with adding modded equipment to, or adding contracting setups to mods. So this is the modded root crop harvester that I've used a lot. And I'm at you. I like using modded stuff, and I wish that modders would add the one file that you need to add to their mods to have it appear as contracting kit. If you know what you're doing, it doesn't take very long. Giants include examples of it in a bunch of their mods, and yeah, a lot in FS22. Quite a few modders did. And some numbers used to do it a lot with all of his tractors, and it was really cool. Because then they would just appear in the list of kit that you would get with mods. So I've done it for this harvester, and so we've got a contract, we've got cotton contract running, spinach harvesting contract running, all sorts of stuff going in the background, basically trying to, I didn't have a lot to do on the farm, and I wanted to make some money, and you'll see why in the next video, I think, and partly in this video, because we're going to spend some of it on some stuff. But yeah, so I ended up adding, you don't see it all in this video, but this harvester, some of the plow that I used, I ended up adding some configs for that. Another plow as well, a bigger one, which I think you see in the next video, just because it makes it interesting. So yeah, gonna get some cultivating contracts going as well. Yeah, I think this was a rainy day on holiday, and I was just getting through some jobs on the farming. Yeah. The other big thing we're going to be doing today is adding in a BGA, and it is not my BGA. It's from one of the other BGA packs. Now, it uses recipes which are not as generous. I actually did a spreadsheet for it. I know, shocker, huh? It's pretty quick BGA. It's the first time I've ever used this trailer. First time I've done a cotton contract maybe in 25, but it's the first time I've used that trailer anyway. I can't remember the name of the mod, apologies. It has a BGA and a few other things in it, and they're all quite small and relatively reasonably priced. For everything except manure and slurry, the recipes are about the same as mine and base game in terms of profitability. For manure and slurry, they're not. They're significantly less profitable. Manure and slurry is in a BGA typically really way better than selling it. In this one, it's like 1.4, 1.7 times better, in line with all of the other products you can put in. So didn't realize that when I bought it. Isn't really going to change the fact that I'm using it, because it's nice to use something different. And you'll notice we are running a lot of sugar beet contracts. And part of the reason that I then put the BGA in is because it takes cut sugar beet and it gives us a way of making some more money. So we're bringing the sugar beet back. And yeah, just a way of making the farm make cash, I figured. And I did a lot of beet contracts, so we got a reasonable excess to work through. Yeah, seemed like a good idea. I'm, again, a little bit out of sync with how I did things. And the last week's been massively chaotic with getting the new dog, and I don't remember yet if we have the cows. I know I should have gone back and looked at the last video before I recorded this one. If we do, it's fine. If we don't, spoiler, we get cows very soon as well. Yeah, I can't remember if I got the BGA before I got the cows or not. It's a process, folks. It's a process. Anyway, yeah. Once I'm caught up with all the stuff that I pre-recorded now, a really long time ago, it'll be easier. But obviously, that's not obviously. I was playing the game for a really long time doing these contracts, and it was really good fun. It was really nice to actually, and I keep saying it with this because a bunch of you will remember that FS for me turned into a game that was grind, and partly because now I'm playing, weirdly for me, a bigger variety of games. But when I jump into playing FS, I'm having fun, and like doing the contract setup stuff was really fun. Some of it's exactly like FS22, some of it's a little bit different, and that was kind of cool. So I grabbed stuff from FS22, but then had to work out some of the stuff that changed. Some of the job names had changed. We got there, and I got it working. So we don't have cows yet because there aren't any in the pen, but we do have silage to feed them with. So that's cool. Right, we're going to put in the manure pit for the cows. So this cow pen does not produce slurry. As I learned, because this is my second go at doing this, the first time, we're getting the cows now. Okay, so we're getting Highland calves. The first time doing this, I put in a slurry thing, and then worked out that they don't produce slurry. So I went back and did it again because, yeah. Anyway, did I? Yeah, because the placing it messed up some of the terraforming. So I just went back to a save game backup because it was easier. I'm doing now, I'm not sure. I think we're looking for a straw blower. There was some fertilizer on sale, so when stuff like that's on sale, I tend to try and remember to buy it because it's usually good value. Yeah, straw blower. We're going to get on finance because it's going to, we need to buy it. We need to get it. We might as well finance it. Seems like a good idea to me. As I say, this is a problem with me pre-recording these so far in advance. I have made some notes, but did it last night, and I had a banger of a headache last night. So yeah, the headache actually kept me awake till like 1 o'clock in the morning, which sucked because my neighbor woke me up at just after 5 o'clock laughing at something while he was in the bath. Yeah, I know, he's a dickhead. straw going in. I think this might be the thumbnail, actually. I think I remember taking a thumbnail of those. God, I hope I took thumbnails for all of these videos. I think I did. So the plan is to raise the cattle on silage to almost maturity and then finish them on TMR. And then sell them as beefs, and probably we'll try and get calves out of them before we sell them. So BGA going in now, and this seemed to me like a good spot to put it. It's a reasonable size flat-ish area that we've got, and there's the BGA, £36,000. The pack has a variety of speeds of BGA. The recipes are all the same, they just run faster, and that one was fast enough for me. We need to cut the beets, so I'm going to lease the beet cutting bucket. Now I did this two ways, because there are two parts to every problem, and this is a problem. The first approach I took was to fill the trailer up and then take the bucket over, and this was kind of slow. So in the end, what you'll see me do is I cut them all, go from one pile to the other, and then fill the trailer up with cut beets and take it over that way. Honestly, is it quicker? I don't know, but it felt easier to just do it as one big job. Partly because the weight of it just felt easier. I don't know. The BGA is fast but not super fast, so it doesn't process it instantly, but it's fast enough that we're going to end up with a decent amount of cash fairly quickly. It produces predominantly methane, so it's different parts. You can see here I've chopped all of it, and now it's just loading up the trailer. Means we can take a bigger bucket full with us as well. That does mean it's heavier, because it's a heavy bucket when it's full. But yeah, anyway, that's the situation we're going for, and it's going to mean that we can sell this for quite a bit of cash. I ended up with, I think, over 100,000 litres of sugar beet, or cut sugar beet, you put through. I think it was this where I ended up overfilling it. So yeah, there's a decent payday coming. There's a few decent paydays coming, because we do have, I think, next video, certainly next game month, the grass is going to be ready to cut. So, and that's going to be cut for silage, because that's a cash crop essentially, because we've got enough silage in the clam to feed the cows through the winter, because they're not going to eat a lot because we're base game feeding. So yeah, essentially we should be able to make a reasonable amount of cash. We've also got the onions to sell at some point soon, and that's the last of it. So yeah, anyway, good point to say thank you to the YouTube channel members and the patrons, or the patrons and the YouTube channel members, either way around. And we are now running, so yeah, good stuff. Hope you enjoyed the video, folks. If you did, click the like button, comments, questions, suggestions below, and I will see you next time on Kinlaig, when we will have processed all of our sugar beet, hopefully. But yeah, we're making a reasonable amount of cash out of this, or we should do, hopefully. I don't remember, which is why I'm kind of feeling it. So yeah, a few grand an hour, it'll be good. Anyway, see you folks, catch you next time.